What happens in our minds when we feel anxious? Today, I'm going to be using these objects to explain what happens in our brains when we feel anxious and overwhelmed. So if we start off by looking at this object here, which represents our adult selves in the here and now. We might be going about our everyday lives, going to work, perhaps going to school, and then something might happen that makes it very difficult to be in our here and now. We might find that it's difficult to focus on the tasks that we're doing. It might be that we are shaky. For some people, it might look like that they find that they're busier than usual, might keep themselves busier than usual. And I don't mean that life has got busier. This looks more like keeping yourself busy. So, for example, cleaning a lot more than necessary, tidying a lot more than necessary. Anxiety can look very different for every individual, and that's the important thing to remember. So if we look at what's happening behind this, usually when we feel anxious, it has rubber banded us back to somewhere else. Behind our adult selves in the here and now in our brains, it usually triggers a fight response, represented here by the tiger, or a flight or freeze response, represented here by the cricket. So if we look at the fight response, this is a spectrum. In its extreme, it might look like self-harm, it might look like suicidal attempts. On the other end of the spectrum, it might be having dark thoughts that are not acted upon. It might be an anger outburst that has come out of nowhere, or it feels like it has come out of nowhere.